Start recording. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Alright,
So yeah, anyways, I was robbing the bank. Oh shit.
Yo, shout out YouTube, shout out Gapple Gang. Yo, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell.
Hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that notification bell.
Can we hit
You know-
10,000 subscribers? I am not a groomer. Just gotta get those allegations out of the way.
Samoa.
Run this map and it's just free.
Alright.
Music, bro.
Exactly, we got the music. You guys don't play without music? You're at a competitive disadvantage.
Sure. So essentially, all that they did this one is they take that high ground on the right, and they play like Sojourn and Hanzo, and they would just outranged us, and we couldn't do anything.
Okay, checks out. So how do you think we deal with that?
We walk up high ground, or I think we swap Diva and just eat their poke.
Yeah. I don't like the Ramatra here very much. I don't think Ramatra's very good right now. Diva works, or you could run Orisa.
That is actually a very hot take, I feel like.
I don't think it's that hot. Ramatra, unless was this before the Orisa buffs? I don't think it was.
No, this is
No,
after Orisa, bro.
I think you run Orisa instead of Ramatra most of the time.
Bro, you do not want to see Zachary K. Orisa. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe, but Diva, yes, Diva is also an option here. Part of it is I also do not like the Mei at all. Because, right, we are not bursting people down. That is not our game plan because we're running the Ashe that gets value over time. So when we're running the Mei, it's usually because we're in a composition that wants to focus fire. We get the wall up, and then we focus them down, we burst them down. The composition we have doesn't really support that. Like, Mei's not going to do much damage. Ramatra can do some solid damage. Brig's probably not doing much because we'll be somewhat in the back line. We'll be able to follow up on the walls. Juno doesn't do any damage at all unless you're ulting. The Ashe, like I said before, is okay, but ideally what you want to be doing is having your core fighting while your Ashe is on an off angle, not following up on walls. So that's a bit of anti-synergy. You see what they're doing? They're going more double sniper. They could have like their Hanzo on an off angle here, and then they have their Sojourn play with their Ramatra. That's like one way. I don't think it. You could also swap them and have the other DPS be on an off angle. Regardless, they want a core and they want their off angle. That's going to be super important, and you can get away with that because you're running Juno and Brig, who can heal people wherever they are on the map. So that is why you run those characters, because it really does enable your off angle. We go this side. Okay. I don't like this very much. Why'd you go left side?
Felt good.
Is
it gonna feel good in just a second?
We always go left side in scrims and stuff. That's what we've been doing. I don't know. Or like underneath the big high ground. Usually that's where teams go and we just meet and fight.
If teams are going there, then you should go the other way, right? If teams keep walking out there, then why not go right side? And you'll just be in a favorable position.
Right? Or on May Ramatra, we want to be fighting. Like that good point, wall them off right there. But also,
I guess
what you were saying with like not being on May, or like I shouldn't be on May, then what should I be playing instead of May here? I whip out the Sombra.
No. You could go Tracer.
Okay.
Tracer's an option. You can kind of do what they're going and go the Sojourn here is another option. Those are the big ones that you could go, right? We want you to be able to play with our Ramatra and have our Ashe be on an off angle. So that's kind of the main idea. Or if you're going the tracer, you can also be on an off angle and be supported because both your supports are really good at supporting like tracers and off angles. Brig and Juno are both very good at that. So yeah, you can go tracer or you can go another character like Sojourn. This is just angles, right? And then occasionally you're going to like follow up on some damage by ringing your Ramatra in. You put out the ring, send your Ramatra into the fray, just to follow up on any damage that your poke has gotten. Even if you want to take a fight here and you're running the Mei, first of all, you are setting yourself up to have a difficult fight if they don't go there, as I think we're about to find out. But also, you can still get like a solid wall off, like not perfect. Like a wall is not going to cover this entire area, but you can still make their life difficult and make sure the high ground is not clear, because that's a weakness. You want to make sure you're covering your weaknesses. If you go right side, and then if they fight high ground, then this is where your wall is going to be really good. And if they don't fight high ground, well then that's not a problem you have to worry about anymore, and you fight point. So I would start defaulting to going right side, just to make sure that they don't have anyone on the high ground that is going to cause problems for you.
Straight right side point or right side taking high ground?
You want to take high ground.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go up the stairs.
Yep.
Yeah,
So you can leave spawn, go this way.
Okay.
Exactly what they did. Because if they're setting up like angles like here and here, then that's fine. You're already at a... Your Ash will be set up for success.
Okay, so do we go their high ground? Like, hypothetically, if they're not there, do we just walk their high ground and flip, or what are we doing? Are we just on our high ground?
That is kind of situational. You want your Ash to be able to see the fight. You want to fight where your Ash can see. So everyone else will be dropping once you have the high ground to fight,
Okay,
except
so
for your Ash and maybe a support,
Okay.
like your Brig.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, got them low. Good. Okay. I assume we don't have ring. Probably not. We do not. We ended up getting surrounded. Far from ideal. I think a big thing is we ended up all on point. Which is not great. I mean, it makes sense for some of us, like our Ramatra, our Mei, at one of our supports. That's fine. But we do want our Ash to be somewhere else. Like looking at this fight from the overhead. If our Ash was like here, look at that angle. You forced the Ramatra to like de-aggress so much, right? That is a problem for that Ramatra if our Ash is on the high ground there, and they can't immediately do anything about it. They would have to rotate, which is entirely possible. They could, but then that's still relieving pressure from the rest of our team.
Brig up there with them or something?
If we're playing here, it also allows us to get poked out really well. Like, we're open to a lot of different angles. If, like, this Sojourn and this Hanzo just start looking at us, kind of in a bad spot. Also, our brig a little bit far up, but it's okay. We're just worried about, because we know their game plan is once they get someone low, they're going to ring their Ramatra in to try and secure the elimination. That's why we should be saving our ring for doing the same thing or backing up, de-aggressing. So when do we use this? Okay. We're like, ew, cool down. Get out. I don't know what that was. Maybe a miscommunication. But that was really bad. Yeah, ring is super important. We just wasted again. Nice picks though. I don't think it'll be enough. Oh, I don't know if you're getting out of this, Zach. Oh, does he? Crazy.
Go.
Okay. Well, okay. So, why are we doing this again? We should have realized at this point, like, hey, the high ground, pretty problematic. Prevented us from executing our game plan. Denied a lot of space. So why are we doing it again? Like, the first time, that's just your game plan. At least it was a plan. Fine. Wouldn't have been my choice, but it was, like, what you do. So, that was protocol. You're executing the protocol. Now it's time to reevaluate. Like, now we know what they're doing. We know what their game plan is. Their win condition, getting an off angle set up, fighting where the off angle can see, right? We have a very similar win condition. Okay. A little slow to execute here. We're trying to find a target. We chase down that Sojourn. This is just, I mean, once again, this is just the fact that we rotated left side instead of right. Would have made our lives a lot easier if we wanted to get to where they are now if we just went right side. But that's why we plan before we take fights. It is what I always talk about. And what was our Ashe doing there? Our Ashe was in a good spot, right? Your team is over there, right? Kind of where they are, and you could have a strong off angle here, but we ended up here. Yeah, like, this is great. Oh, we just go the wrong way. We go very much the wrong way. No, we needed to go that way.
This ends now.
Okay.
See you. Hello.
We've had a lot of trouble reaching them.
Good to see you.
What adaptations do we make? Let's see.
They're playing Surge now instead.
That doesn't solve any problems. It's probably worse. I like Ashe. Okay, we do the same thing. Again. I mean, yeah. Not surprising. They find the headshot. shot. This is just a moment of we need to just take a second to think about what their win condition is. What is their win condition? They want to take a fight where their off angle can see and have their off angle set up. Okay, where is their off angle? Consistently, they have been on the high ground. That's where the off angle is most problematic. Okay, we have the ults to win this. Probably. Yes. No? Okay. Not wasted. Nothing. I think we used what we had to use. We did not overcommit, which is great. We still have our Ramattra ult. We know they're pretty close to theirs. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is the same thing where we are not adjusting. This is the same thing that happened to Junkertown. Same exact thing. We know where they're going. We know they're going high ground.
Oh, wrong person. High Mott, go.
So, where is the adaptation coming in? Like, this is the same thing that happened in Junkertown. We know where they're going. We know what their game plan is. So why are we not here? Right? We've had all this time while they were getting their respawns back. Don't we have Mei? We could just wall ourselves up there. There's no reason we shouldn't all be here to stuff this choke. This is where you guys are favored. If you took a fight here, you would be highly favored to win. Because that is your wig. Like, you have the Mei. You have a much stronger brawl than they do. If you don't have to deal with their off angles. Like, we kind of know that they're there, but we don't. We just give all this space. An incredible amount of space. Look at them. They know exactly what their game plan is. They have their Sojourn here. They have their Hanzo. I mean, probably should be on the high ground. Maybe about to be on the high ground. Over here. Their Brig, set up to support both their DPS. Ram and Juno. Juno's ready to ring the Ram in. They completely understand what their game plan is. Right. Set up the off angles. Get their Juno in a position so that she can ring the Ramattra in. Whenever. We have one angle. Like, this is not a different angle. It's probably worse because you are open to many different angles from playing here. We want to be on the high ground, but we didn't do that.
This ends now. This ends now.
You okay? This is us just coming back from spawns. Purely mechanical.
Bro, I stole my life off there.
Okay. Just the biggest thing. They totally understood what their win condition was. And they knew how to execute it. We did not look like we understood how to execute on our win condition. Like, we were kind of taking fights with our Sojourn separated from us, which is good. But we did not set them up in a good position. Like, yes, they were, like we saw in that last fight, behind us, but we want them to be at more of a different angle, because if the fight moves, we want them to still be able to see it. But if they move, then we're losing an angle very, very quickly. Okay, now they're running the Genji, right? So where we're running the Mei, they're running the Genji, who's going to be playing with their Ramatra. Now they have a much even more similar to what we're doing. Like, they are more focused on the brawl and following up on any like rail guns that Laura ends up finding. We're doing the same thing, right? Except we might wall first, right, and use that as a potential win condition. Probably not going to be able to just kill the Ramatra just by walling him, but might force out some cooldowns, which is all good. Okay. This is good. Oblivious is flying. I like this Sojourn off angle. This is good. This is very good so far. We could put a wall up right there and really put the hurt on the Ramatra. Oh my god. What? I don't know. This is really bad miss though. Just run Lucio, right? If you we can't be missing our rings. You can't miss an amp. But this is very unfortunate.
Like, I didn't even know it missed. It went through. How did it miss?
This is way ahead of your team.
But I thought it just it went through, so they'll get the speed.
You get anyone around you when you launch it will get a small speed buff immediately.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be able to follow up very well. Like, we want this ring where our Ramatra is.
Ideally, yeah, but I just missed. Like,
okay.
I don't know.
It's true. It's true. It is a mechanical error. It's just this is the second time this has happened. It's just very important to the comp we're running. But it happens. You're right. I don't usually harp on mechanical errors, and I won't, because there's not much point in it. Guys do end up winning though. We set up a very good off angle and we apply the pressure.
I'm the wall built, so
yeah, that was a really good wall. Okay. Whoa, we're a little split now. Okay. Not great. Not great.
You like that wall, bro? Look, my tank don't need no support, bro. For real.
Our supports are what need the support right now.
Yeah, I completely wall off our tank, bro. Don't worry about that.
This seems just like a miscommunication. We're not ready to go in. And honestly, we don't have to go in. I think this is a little aggressive, Zach, because we're poking, right? We're waiting to find value, to find the railgun. We're also waiting for a wall. So if we play on point, then we could look for a really good wall. If you wanted to ring and then slingshot yourself into the Genji, you could do that, but Genji's probably not close enough yet to do that. But going in now, it's a little early, because we're angles. We need to wait for our angles to get some value, and then you are there to capitalize on the value generated from the cooldowns that they have brought out.
say I'm the wall goat, bro.
Yeah, a bit aggressive. If we hadn't gone in, then their Ramattra would not have been able to walk on us so easily there. Which is also an important reminder to give the Ramattra a little bit more respect if you can. Because the ring will make him very, very fast. Because he already moves quickly while transformed. Oh, do we not have ours yet? We did not. Okay. Yeah, unfortunate. We tried to deal with it with the wall. Junald is pretty good. If we had really, really good reaction time, probably us walling and then ringing out might have been enough, but I like this better. We actually did back out pretty successfully. So I take it back. Good stuff. Great recovery. And now we're set up for success. Yeah, this is really good.
I think the rally was unneeded.
Potentially. Not the worst, though. Committing 2 ults to win a fight.
You're oblivious as the goat.
Any more than 2, yeah, it's a little sketchy. But you might be right. That was maybe not necessary. They did have ults of their own, though.
This ends now.
I hate this point, honestly. I hate this point so much. Sightlines are so awkward. Could we have done anything different? They had the Blading Genji in us, which is
I think they literally
annoying.
popped all their ult.
Yeah.
This
Arjunal is out.
Maybe we use it backwards instead of forward, but again, they're popping 4 ults, so it's kind of hard to win.
Yeah. Yep. Not super worried about that. They did use 4 ults. That's crazy though. Didn't their Juno use her ult? That's insane. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought she used her ult that fight. Did she not? No, she must not have. There's no way.
They didn't use ult.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I thought they did. Okay, our game plan has not changed though, right? We should have, if we're going to be that aggressive, we should have opened up with our Sojourn ult. Right, we do need time to get some value. We are. This is an angles comp. Sorry, I want to make sure we're all. How's our target focus?
This ends.
Not the best. These two not playing together very much. I know the Genji is harassing, but if you're with the Ramattra, the break can help you out with that. We need to make sure we're looking at the same targets. I mean, we're not. We are not looking at the same targets. We are here. And then we start shooting the Ashe. Our soldier is shooting the Genji. Our mantra's not shooting anyone. Oh, I guess the Genji or Juno. It's our mid-fight target calls that have definitely been difficult for us, it seems. I think not going Mei here will be a good improvement in the future, because you don't have to worry about, like, if you're with your tank, right, and the Ramattra transforms, that is a lot of pressure applying to you and the takeout once, and so that usually forces you to back up. But ideally that should not be happening. And when you're running Tracer, you can play at a different angle and not have to deal with that. The tank can only shoot one person. Or if you're playing at more of a range and you're playing completely just totally angles, playing like the Sojourn or the Ashe, where you don't have to be there.
Sojourn and Ashe.
What's that?
So it said like playing Sojourn and Ashe.
I don't actually think on this map you should, but like on other maps, this map does not have great sightlines.
Instead of Mei, we would go Tracer.
Yeah, Tracer's very good.
The only thing is my Tracer is not as good. That's fine.
Can you switch with your DPS? Your other DPS?
Yeah, I mean, Taken's Tracer is a lot better than mine, but I don't know if we'd want me on Ashe and then on Tracer, or I don't know. I can definitely play Sojourn or Ashe just fine.
Okay.
But
You could go Ashe
bad
Sojourn
taking-
on other maps.
I feel bad taking him off this game, even though their Tracer is good. But they like Tracer though. So.
Could run the Genji instead of the Tracer. I don't think that's optimal, but if you're good, you could definitely make it work. Okay. First map, it was largely the positioning, and we never cleared that right side high ground. It was a recurring issue that came up. We were always playing left side. We never went right, and ran into the same problem every time, where it was extremely hard to clear it once we had gone left side. Made it very difficult to be aggressive, and it made it difficult for our off angle to take an actual off angle because they would be poked out. Second map, less of that problem. I think it was more of being a bit too aggressive. We weren't really doing the poking phase of what we were doing. So keep that in mind with your aggression. Like, wait for opportunities, Zach. Don't just go in immediately and start brawling when you arrive. Wait for, like, oh, okay, we just railgun this person. Slingshot me in and I'll go on them. Because you don't have to just stick on the Ramattra that entire time. With Juno Ring, you can be anywhere. You can be anywhere you want. So you can very easily send yourself into the back line. Mei will help with that, making it so that that person can't rotate away so easily. So, and if you're not going Mei either, then they'll just help with the actual execute. So those are the things to... Oh, were you saying something? Okay, I guess not.
My
But yeah.
phone vibrated.
Let's look at the next one. Throne of Anubis. Oh boy.
Yeah, Anubis is like our pocket pick, I think. That's kind of what I've gathered here.
Did you do well?
Oh yeah.
We were gonna win if we hadn't had internet issues. Which is okay.
And I
It
thought it might be.
happens. It happens. I think we would have won.
Yeah, they didn't need us, else we wouldn't have.
That is
not-
unfortunate. So, do you know why? Who knows why teams are running Orisa all of a sudden?
Not me. I literally have no idea.
There was
She
a
hasn't
Because they
died.
hate something.
there was a specific change in the recent patch, a recent buff.
She's
Yeah, her-
barely
her
fast.
fortify-
Fortified.
Her
Yes.
fortify his movement.
They greatly reduced the movement decrease. Before,
Was there-
you couldn't really speed a fortified Orisa into the fight. You could still out-rotate it. Now, if you don't have the speed, the Orisa can chase you down. And Orisa that is golden, that is hunting you down, is a scary sight. That is not easily dealt with. Orisa is a lot like Bastion, because they're both robots. But the second reason is because they almost transform, right? When you're playing against Bastion, you poke him, he transforms, wait it out, it ends, you go in, you kill the Bastion. Rinse and repeat. That's why Bastion is not very good. Orisa, however, bit more difficult. You poke, Orisa transforms, uses the golden. Okay, you wait that out. But she still has 2 more cooldowns to keep her alive. So you poke, and then you force out another cooldown. And then she still has a spear. It's way more difficult to actually dislodge an Orisa because she is very good at keeping herself up. She can also make it difficult to get onto the sports and get past her. Now, if you force out the Orisa, with that said, if you are able to force out a cooldown, like a golden or a javelin spin early, when you're running the Mei, a wall will very quickly force out the next one, and that will put the Orisa at a bit of a disadvantage, where you could actually then ring in your Ramatra and start fighting. But counting cooldowns is very important when playing against an Orisa. How are we doing angles-wise? This looks good. We are running... Interesting. So we're not running Juno. We're running Lucio Kiri. I'm curious why.
I think I said I wanted to run Kiri because I did not want to play Juno anymore.
Fair enough.
I just think my Juno was not doing shit. So I just I want to go to a character I know I'm good at.
All right.
Comfort.
I think that's an okay choice. But what do you guys lose from that? Like, it's a trade-off when you switch characters.
Juno Ultimate.
Sure, but I mean, we gained a pretty similar one with Katsune. It's not so much worse than Juno Ult.
Is it her speed ring?
You do lose the speed ring, right? That's
But
a
we have
big
Amp.
thing. But we have a replacement. We have Amp.
I know. Yeah. Okay.
So our Lucio needs to be doing the role that Juno was filling in, of launching our Ramatra into the fray when we need it. The thing about Lucio, right, what is the other reason we go Brig Juno? What are they good at? I mentioned it a lot, that first point.
Distant healing.
Exactly. They're really good at supporting our off angles because they can heal at far ranges. Brig has no fall off. Juno has some minor fall off, but it's basically hit scan, so you can still heal people pretty quickly. So we don't have that as much. Lucio cannot do that very well. It literally cannot heal people that are farther away. Kiriko can, but isn't great at it, especially if they're at a farther distance than you. It doesn't have the lock on, but they'd have to be pretty far, so that's not necessarily going to come up all the time. So that's weaker. So our off angles need to be careful. Our Ashe needs to be a bit more careful, or we need to play with our Ashe basically constantly as a Kiriko. And we are now, which is great. That is what we should be doing. Just keep in mind, the healing might not be as immediate. So which is very important to consider. Let's see how we execute this. Oh, big nade. But the Suzu is there. And we get our Hanzo. Their Hanzo. Very nice. Okay, do we have amp? Or did we use it? Oh, we did. That's okay. We could still get on this person. Like, we still have Lucio speed. Normal Lucio speed. Too bad we don't have amp, though. We could definitely get on them. Oh, but we got the Orisa low. I didn't even see that. Which is great. You guys are pretty well equipped to deal with an Ana. So that will not be much of an issue. On to Ramatra. That was fast. Alright.
That guy kind of sucked.
Well done. Yeah, it seemed like they probably used, like, I don't know how you get that low so quickly on Orisa. Partially because you guys are applying a lot of pressure. Very nice. Very well done. I mean, that's just, and then you win the point. Maybe. Oh, they might fight this. No. Decided against it. Okay. I would have preferred you guys... Well, actually, this is really good right now. Our Ashe is set up. We didn't try to help our Ashe get set up, but we just made such, like, a lot of noise. And that was enough. So, I don't hate this. I don't hate this. You could... See, this point is difficult. There's not great sightlines. This is definitely the best one. So you really want to make sure you can keep them here if you can. But that's not easily forced exactly. Eventually hunted down. Okay. Oh, they forgot it. Alright. Here's what I would have liked to see. We have 17 seconds. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Let's help our Ashe up, right? Get our Ashe up here, and then make sure that no one can touch her, right? I don't like what I think we're about to do, just going to the point. Let's just make sure that our Ashe is good and won't be chased down. Now, it looks like our Ashe is probably fine as it stands. She can just coach gun up here. No one will probably be able to touch her. But there's no reason to, like, what if they were playing up here, right? We're screwed. If they're up here, they rotated, they would have had time. They slid up here, made this rotation. It would have had to be fast, but with Judo Ring, they could do it. We're done for. And we got 17 seconds. Okay, are we set up for this fight? Okay. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'd say so. Pretty good angle here. Okay. I like it. One thing you could have done, this wall is not that great. What if you walled like here? That would have been pretty nice. Completely deny the sightline for the Hanzo. If only for maybe 2 seconds, but 2 seconds is a while. Or a wall here, across, deny the supports. Maybe even better. Not as big a fan of this one. Like, yeah, you ulted on him. But that's partially just hindsight. Ooh. Ooh. That's a really good dragon. Good wall. We gotta go. Oh, we're bobbing. I don't know about these. You were already down. They had also their own. When did you lose the person? Was it not where you when you were going up to the high ground? Did you have everyone? So before Scotland died. No. You were down your Lucio. You're re-engaging without your Lucio? Seems risky. Because you're not making this rotation very quickly. Did not end up paying off. But then we still engage while we're down 2. Now our Lucio might be back pretty fast. I forget where the spawn is on this map. Oh, not fast enough. I don't like engaging here. We're down 2. They're pretty well set up. Which I think not the call. Now granted, with all that said, I think you're playing well. Like, this is very clear. Like, you had a plan here. But you were just at so much of a disadvantage that it's not going to matter. Which is far from great. Because now we don't have these ults for this next point, which we probably would have won. Be aware that on these maps, Clash, snowballing is a huge problem. It's probably worth in a lot of scenarios like that not to take the risk and just take a fight with a lot of ultimates. Because once you win a fight, that means this next fight, you will be set up before the other team is. Usually. If you like win really, really early, maybe not, but typically that is how it is. And if you win very, very quickly, then you're already putting yourself up at an ult advantage. That means you got farm off and got your ultimate charge before they did.
This ends
Great pick.
now.
Big shot. Nice boop. Nice. Nice wall. Oh, our Ashe needs to be careful. Very nice. Good ult usage. This is very a little scrappy. This Ramatra has been alive for very long. That was a big dynamite. Okay, there's not much to say. This is so messy, but it looks like you guys will win this, maybe. This would be a pain to cast, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, try it right now, bro. Get that practice in.
I think I'll pass.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. It looks like we have won. Well done. You guys are really good mechanically. As demonstrated in that last fight, that was just got very messy on both sides. And I think we had pretty decent target focus from what I could see. Huge. See, this is a snowball. You're at such an advantage once you win. This Ramontra should die.
You're all good.
Was that wait?
Okay.
Wait, go back.
Where?
Was that pink lady lagging right there? Wait, watch this. Watch this.
Oh.
That might have been a sign of things to come.
That is tragic, because, yeah, you guys are doing really, really well. You had such a big advantage. Okay. Here's the thing. We really want to set up our Ashe. What if, instead of walking through main, you guys went up here, and then we set our Ashe up here, and then dropped down here and took a fight, right? Then our Ashe is set up, decent view of the fight, is kind of in danger of being walked on, but it is the third point. There's only so much to be done. This is heavily in their favor, just by the map design. At very least, if we try to set up our Ashe, I'll be happy. You know, honestly, I didn't even know this position existed. Oh, this is like the first part of like Anubis. You guys remember Anubis? You walked in, there's like the archway that you can play on immediately in front of the spawn doors. Good times. Forrest would just stay up there. Good times.
The good old days.
Classic Widowmaker spot. Great shot. Oh, that's not great. Wow, Zach was like, no sweat. Just tanked that entire dragon. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm built different.
This is where the DC happens.
Okay, we kind of did our Ashe get picked off? No, we left. Oh, we died with Bob? Wait, what happened? Oh no, that's tragic. So, big thing here. I don't know where we're going. Where are we? Our team is here. Okay, Oblivious. Maybe a little too aggressive, Oblivious.
The call was to go left to push out the Hanzo. I can say that for sure.
Okay. So it's your fault then.
My fault.
Where do we want to play?
That way.
What is that way? Regardless, you're wrong.
I called. I don't know. We called to push out the Hanzo left, so ideally probably push out the Hanzo left. But then I was busy thinking direct.
Forwards.
We want to play where our off angle can see. Right, that's the big thing. What if Like, when do we have speed here? We have amp. Okay. Why not? Right? Our Ashe, fantastic spot here. Right? Just hit the Ramattra hard. We have amp, and our Ashe can see it. The problem is we can't follow up. Now we do have 3 people. If we do this quickly, we get the wall down. Maybe. Did they just hit some really good shots? Yeah. Maybe a bit unfortunate. I think also in this situation, you can play pretty passively. Because if you are not able to get a lead, they are such a strong advantage by the map design. And they're down 3. You only need 1 point. Just getting set up and making sure you are in an excellent position again here, I think is valid. I think that's a valid decision. Because this last point is so difficult to break into unless you are able to find some advantage. Now I think we do actually really early on. But we're not able to follow up. That's not saying... So, because we kind of did have that advantage, I'm not criticizing your decision making for staying engaged there. But that is just, like, theory to keep in mind. You don't need that point to win.
Yeah, and I do think that the plan was originally to just set up there and chill for this point that you were on top of. But Taken got that pick, and we were like, okay, we can see if we can do something with this. I'm excited that. I think
That's tragic.
our process there.
We're having the lag issues. That is too bad.
Do something.
Yeah, you guys have to give it up. Ooh, we're still in. We're doing this? Okay. We got the ults. Ah, if we had just... Who was shooting that? Who was shooting that Kiri? Oblivious. Were we calling that out? That Kiri was 1? Oops.
Probably.
Probably. This is a shame.
Mon might have the Vod.
This is a shame. It doesn't really matter. But there was a mistake made here that we did not execute this Juno. That is very much a shame. We also are a little...
I think we literally win this fight. They get back with a touch. Oblivious just rips his ult for no reason.
Okay, I'll see it in a second.
I think Zach 1v2s and wins.
Okay, that's just not true, I think.
Alright, just you watch, bro.
This is risky. Because we talked about the snowball thing. It's a tough choice whether to re-engage here. Your team will not be set up very well. Like, where does our Ashe end up being? We coach gun up top? No.
Our Ashe is
Why
here.
not?
Our Ashe is like 500 ping, lagging the fuck out.
It's true. Which is also tragic, yeah. Because I think if you were here... Ooh, he killed the Juno at least. we get a little bit too focused on the Ramatra here. I don't, like I've said before, if when you're engaging, I don't think you should necessarily throw yourself into their backline and just isolating yourself from your supports, right? When we're diving, that has been an issue. We really focus on their backline a little bit too much when we don't have enough space to do that yet. We have the space here to go on their squishy people. Right? Like, pretty early on, they're, like, on top of us. Like, they're right there. Like, maybe because we're in the Kitsune, but someone should be calling this Kiriko out. Like, this is so free. We killed the Juno, who's won, because we have target focus. And we know the Kiriko is behind us. We turn around and kill her, or force out a cooldown at least. But when we're just ripping through the Ramatra did ult, which is problematic. But you have some time, and most of you can kite it, and we're not really worried about our Ramatra being inside the Ramatra ult. It does, to some extent, feel like there were maybe some missed opportunities here. Wow, we lose this? What? Even the person who's lagging finds two. What happens?
That's the aforementioned beat.
Oh my god, I've never
Look
seen
at this
something more
fucking-
tragic in my life.
Look at me staying alive though on my block. I'm the GOAT. Too bad this fight is mega lost now because of this fucking Juno.
Target focus, we start to lose it.
I do know part of this is probably because I had no idea.
It was just hectic.
Like, at the beginning of that, I didn't know whether to be calling the Tracer, who was just living, or the Juno, who was right there. Because, like, I feel like no matter which one I called, you were kind of cooked anyways.
Wow. That is so unfortunate. Now we're down one. We just ran out of time to pause?
Yeah, we just ran out of pause.
We literally
Just ran out of pause time.
all our 10 minutes or whatever it is. And then
Yeah,
we
this,
used it
like-
all, and then he came back for like a minute and then lagged out. And we just fucking revive it.
I mean, you don't have
Yeah,
a choice.
this like 12-minute map is like actually a 20-minute map because we spent 10 minutes plus.
Oh man. Oh boy.
That Blizzard gets fucking eaten, bro.
Oh gee whiz. Yeah, you're down one. There's not so much to say. We cannot execute on our game plan, really, and we're just straight up brawling. We should have maybe tried a death ball, but I mean, there's only so much you can do. That is too bad. Oh, man, you guys would have had that. The DC was so unfortunate. That was yours, 100%. You guys played pretty well. We executed on our game plan. A lot of those fights, we had our Ashe set up, and it really paid off. So good stuff. Like a lot of some of the things I mentioned were just like, not even like problems, but just like suggestions. We take some risks re-engaging. It does work out, actually. Like, I'm not saying like you should never do it, but you have more options. But really well done. All right, let's take a look at this last one.
Ready for battle.
All right, similar comp. Do we run the Kira here?
Yeah, I think we do.
Guys, the patch notes dropped.
Overwatch patch notes?
This
Yep.
is when we play.
All right, I'll do a live review of the patch notes after.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, this
Okay.
one
I think I'm an announcement, bro.
Interesting. This is not our typical gooning. What does... So, not saying right or wrong, but I want to make sure we understand what our comp is good at and what our win conditions are. So, what does the Ashe offer us?
Off angle / poke.
Right. We want to engage while our Ashe is on an off angle. Otherwise, there's no point to the engage. What does the Genji do for us?
More bursty.
We were gonna play
Explosion.
Genji or Tracer, and he was like, "My Genji's way better than my Tracer. Let me just play Genji." Then we were like, "Okay."
Yeah. Basically just a worse Tracer. But but if you're stronger and you're hero pool, then it is worth going to Genji. Okay. Yeah. We know what we're doing. We do lose the Venture. What did the Venture specifically offer us?
A engage all thing.
Right. It allowed
Like
us
something-
and to engage deep, right? Because our Venture can be anywhere in their team where we want them to be. So that means that we can follow up on someone that isn't the first target. Now it's going to be much more difficult for us to go on someone who is not the Ramatra, because we have no one to start that engagement. If we hit a dynamite on the squishies, that could work similar to a Venture engage. But it won't be as good, and you're better off waiting until someone is low before going deep. Alright. Do they actually go Reaper here? They do. They're just running... They're running straight up Death Ball. Like, they're not going any poke anymore. They're like, yeah, we're going to stick together as a team, and we're going to engage. And we're going to wall someone off. We're going to beat them up. A little bit tricky for us, right? That is... They will have much stronger brawl than we will. The advantage is that they don't have many tools to dislodge our Ashe, which makes waiting for our Ashe to get some value even more important. Waiting for the dynamite to connect, really crucial. Yeah. Let's see how we play this. So where is our Ashe? Just back? Yep, makes sense. Not an ideal sightline because it's not a different angle, but that's okay. It's still your Ashe will be safe at very least. Okay, careful about this though. Our Ashe cannot see this. Okay. Ended up, they chased us back into our Ashe's sightline, so that worked out. But if they, I guess, put more consideration into where Ashe is playing, that could have been worse. But we did kind of go back main eventually, so they would have to fight us there eventually. So yeah, that's good. This is risky. I don't think we're gonna get out of this. Yeah. Oblivious. Okay, yeah, you finally realize. There you go. Now we're escorting our queen. We're pretty happy to take a fight here. And I think they realize that, hey, we're at a pretty bad disadvantage if we take a fight right there. They're actually have a great sightline onto us. So it looks like they're giving up a little bit of space. That's fine. We just need to wait for our Ashe to rotate. And our Ashe has rotated. Oh. Let's see this. Yeah, ouch. Ouch. That's me. That's me. So big thing here, we talked about the transforms, right? Time your aggression. If you ideally you want to time your aggression based on the Ramantra transforms, right? And you have 2 movement cooldowns to help you out with that, right? If the Ramantra transforms into you, speed out. When that ends, speed back in. Now they're at a big disadvantage. They have lost a ton of their brawl. They also lost a brawl when they swapped off Reaper to try and deal with the Ashe. So you can provide more consistent pressure, but Ramantra will have higher peaks than a queen. Oh, that is tragic. Oh, do we get out? Nope. That was a bit aggressive, Zach. We probably should try to get out if we could, but maybe we're just in a really bad position and couldn't. Okay. We should know they have Blizzard. Don't think they've used Blizzard yet, so it seems likely. Maybe we're ready to deflect it. We were. That is unfortunate.
I was in that blizzard for like a second. I should not have been frozen.
The Mei was beaming you down. We did not put much weight into their ultimates. We ideally would have been a little bit more separated, minimize the risks. Okay, ouch. Another headshot through the wall.
Time for the reckoning.
That's good. Alright, we'll win this one. Now we're looking at Transform and Juno ult. We can be basically at this point 100% sure that they have it. It'd be crazy if they didn't. We're going to Pharah, right? This does not change much. Our plan is still pretty similar. We want to apply the poke. We want to try to get the Ramattra to transform and play around that. If we can successfully de-aggress after the Ramattra transform happens, you will win the fight. 100%. As long as you can successfully de-aggress, you will be good. Easier said than done. They do have the Mei to help with preventing exactly that. Yeah, they end up using their ults a little bit better. We... Okay, yeah, we're just not ready for this. The amp is there. I don't know why we don't kill the Juno. We're focusing the Mei? Or the map? Who are we looking at? Not sure what the plan was. It looks like we're on not the same page. We eventually switch over to the Mei. Where was our Pharah that fight?
Died early.
We're engaging without our Pharah? Or no, at the very start of the fight did she die?
On the flank.
Ooh. We talked about this before, right? These supports, not as good as supporting our off angle. You will feel that. Especially when you're running such a deep off angle. So what is, and going back to something that came up like originally when we started talking about this, what was the reason we did not want to go venture? Unknown.
I think it was just a Europool thing because
Scama plays venture all the time.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't know actually. I think he's really wanted to play Ash. That's my hypothesis.
We're not used to playing this comp with an off angle. We never do. So when you're running this in a tournament and you're playing a composition you have never played before, you are putting yourself at an inherent disadvantage. If this was a counter pick, I guess, but you didn't even know what they were going, and I don't really see how it was a counter pick. So, not the biggest fan. We've never played this comp with an Ashe or a Pharah, really. Or maybe I meant all your scrims. Maybe you do.
I'll tell you right now, I do not think that. But I have to help us.
Like, not even saying that it was played badly, but no one knows how to play around it. It's not just you learning a hero. It is also everyone else learning how to play with that hero. Is also very important. So we tried something new. Did not end up working out. Big thing was we just never really got a strong... Well, it was different things. I don't think there was like one issue that kept on coming up, and I think we did a solid job of playing with the Ashe, but there's definitely a couple times where it was difficult, and on second point, there's not so many great places for the Ashe to play, which is why we ended up swapping Pharah to resolve some of those issues with the map, but potentially that was too little too late at that point. And the disengage was never there. We were kind of just playing brawl into them. They had the stronger brawl. They were playing an extremely death bally comp. They had to sustain. So it's baiting out that transform cooldown would have been really, really important. Or if we direct someone with our Pharah, then ideally we follow up and get the pick, or we force out some really important cooldowns like Lamp. Okay. Yeah. Truly tragic. You lost Clash. That was definitely yours. But you will get them next time. 100%. Well played.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm so confident that Temple of Anubis is like our pocket goat pick. Like, I don't think we've had a single bad round on it yet.
You played it pretty well. As a bonus feature of this review, we're going to take a look at the patch notes.
I don't know anything about the patch notes. It's going to be brand new to me.
I have
Switching-
seen one thing crazy about it so far.
Okay.
Change windows.
That's why, Zach, you might not be liking it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, dude.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright. Capture
Okay.
specific window.
Boom. Overwatch.
Capture any full screen window? Capture specific window. Why is Firefox not an option?
I see Overwatch patch notes, by the way.
No, but the stream does it. Well, I'll stop recording. That doesn't really matter. Subscribe.